Then we finished our first paragraph and the guests were happy and applauding for us. We went to our room to rest a bit before presenting the second paragraph. I was feeling tired and almost passed out. The changing room was noisy. I could not take my rest. I went out of the room to go up to the second floor to get some fresh air and rest a little. I climbed the stairs and it was the first shock. When I climbed the stairs, we went to the second floor and I was surprised. The place was deserted. It was full of dirt, chairs, and all the furniture had been broken for years. All the rooms were locked and the glass was broken. I was walking inside that floor and was surprised. Until I saw a room whose door was open. So I entered it and saw a bed in the room. It was old and full of dirt. But I was very tired mentally and physically, so I lay on the bed and rested and trying to understand what's going on. I fell asleep and slept. When I was asleep, I had a terrible nightmare. A huge woman was running after me in the dream, wearing a black dress and shouts. I got up from sleeping terrified and heading quickly towards the door of the room. I tried to open it, but it is closed, even though I left it open before I fell asleep. I tried to open it, but to no avail. I started screaming and knocking on the door. Maybe someone could hear me. The door opened by itself. I saw someone in front of me, a woman, the same woman I had found in the dream. My blood ran cold, and my whole body became hot, and I said to myself, sure, I'm still sleeping and dreaming, and I'm seeing a nightmare now. I closed my eyes for a moment to make sure that I was dreaming. She disappeared. I said, thank God. Then noticed at the end of the corridor in the second floor and a small child looked at me, laughed and smiled. He climbed the stairs towards the third floor. I followed him. I also climbed the stairs and caught up with him the third floor. The same thing is in the third floor destroyed. The glass in the walls are broken. I was surprised that they only live on the first floor. How can a party of this shape, extravagance, wealth, decorations, and mattresses on the ground floor and the rest of the palace be like this? The child entered one of the rooms in that floor and closed the door on himself. His voice, the child disappeared. I was afraid that something had happened to him. I have to go downstairs to the ground floor. And I say to one of the groomsmen to open the door for a little boy. And I'm coming down. I felt that someone behind me. He grabbed my legs and pinned them to the ground. I couldn't move. Then he said,
sing, 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 sing.
I never turned behind me. And the voice was repeated.
Do not be afraid. I'm a friend and I love your voice very much, and I want you to sing.
Who are you?
Sing. Nora, sing.
Who are you?
Do not be afraid. I'm a loyal friend.
I went running towards the stairs and went down to the hall on the ground floor below to the changing room. When I entered the room, I found the band members there, and Shams with them. She broke down crying. She was crying hard, and the rest of the band members gathered around her. I told her what happened. Shams, did someone bother you? She told me, why are you late? Nora. I told her to tell me what exactly happened to you. Shams told me that all the guests were asking about you. So I went looking for you, and I did not find you on the ground floor. I went up to the second floor, and I went up the stairs. I found all the walls with terrifying faces, and the view of the floor was gloomy and terrifying. I found all the walls with terrifying faces, and the view of the floor was gloomy and terrifying. I found a room with an open door. A strange body, I did not see its features, but I caught a glimpse of it, like the eyes of cats, and when I looked at him, I felt as if I was walking involuntarily, heading towards it, as if it was pulling me and I could not resist it, until I approached him. His mouth smells bad and his temperature is very hot. I told her what happened next. She said he asked me to sing for him. He said, "Sing. You have a great voice and I want you to sing." I broke crying. Then he hit me in my face with a pen. Then I felt that I was freedom from his control over me. So I ran away quickly, opened the door and went down the stairs. I went down to the ground floor. I was met by one of the groom's family. He told me, "Who told you to go up there?" I told him to look for Nora. He told, "Don't go up there again. Didn't I ever tell you, Nora, that this place absolutely unnatural? This place is scary and suspicious. Let's run now. I don't even want money from them. I just want to get out safe. You will not be able to imagine what I saw." I told her I saw worse than what you saw. She told me what to do. How do we escape from here? I told her, let us trust in God. And no one forced us. I know this is my mistake. And we are sure now that we are not with humans. Complete the singing paragraphs and endure until dawn and flee from here. Sorry. Shams. You must bear with me the remaining hours until we finish the party and get out of this place safely. I kept masking Shams. We changed our clothes again and got ready for the second paragraph. When we got on stage, I noticed that the number had multiplied in a terrible way. But I didn't care. And at the same time, I couldn't control myself. We sat on the floor with my band and we took the instruments and started singing and playing. We started playing and singing. All the guests were excited in an exaggerated way and their voices were very loud. The more I sing, their voice gets louder and louder. While I'm singing, all the guests gathered and make a circle. Half of them and started jumping and it was a shock. I noticed that their legs are not human feet. Their legs became the feet of animals, the legs of cattle. At this moment, Shams fainted when she saw their legs. She fainted from the terrifying sight, and I was afraid and did not know how to act. I was afraid that these strange creatures knew that we knew their non-human reality. I tried my best not to show my fear. Then she advanced towards me. One of the guests told me what is wrong with these crumbs.